shaking now. Do you want it?
Everyone! Because Jeff and Kev entered their results wrong, I've got to do a repair.
Good game.
Unfortunately, I can't just swap their opponents round in the game system. So that would affect, obviously, even if I just let them play it out as is, it would screw up all of the strength of schedule for the rest of the stand-ins. So it's the best thing to do, unfortunately. I apologise, but blame them too.
Hello there. If you're joining us, we're on the top table of Mkgt. This is listed as the final, but there may well be another round. Just depends on... depends because we've got 3 5-0s. That's okay. We've got 3 5-0s. So we've got Matt Hassan, Dave Grant, and Harrison. We've got Harrison and Dave on stream this game. So Dave has just been on stream, but he's back in. We're getting turn 0 started out, so if you bear with us. Okay, so we're just getting started up. It's Dave Grant versus Harrison. You just saw turn 0 there. And we have ended up on Close the Pocket. So Close the Pocket is the old disarray deployment style. Not disarray, sorry. It's well, it's like disarray, but you're only getting your side. So instead of being alternating corners, they're both on the same side, but with a big gap in the middle. You've got 3 objectives along the middle of the table. So place 3 stockpile POIs shown on the map. Starting from the second round, during the end phase, players score 2 victory points if they secure the center stockpile and 1 if they secure either of the others. The secondary is the same as it's been on stream all day. It is sweep and clear. So this is where you're getting victory points for basically choosing violence, which if you watched either of the stream games today, that's what these two have been choosing all day. Then Harrison's advantage card is Ordnance. And Ordnance, for anybody who hasn't read it, once per game, at the end of a control phase, you may place a friendly Ordnance token on the battlefield. At the beginning of the end phase, if a friendly Ordnance token is on the battlefield, roll 3 black dice for each unit at range 1 of that token that has armor or armor X keyword. The vehicle type suffers 2 wounds for each crit and 1 wound for each hit. Each other unit at range 1 of the token gains 1 suppression token for each hit and crit, and then the ordnance token is removed from the game. So Harrison's trying to get a bunch of suppression out on Dave's list here, and Dave gets advanced intel. So at the start of the game, add 1 pass to your pass pool. So that's going to be quite key. So Harrison's list is 501st with Anakin, Saber Throw, Burst of Speed, Into the Fray, Tenacity, a Clone Trooper squad with a Medic, a Clone Trooper squad with 5s, a DP-23 and a Medic, 2 ARC Troopers with clone commanders and impact grenades, 1 ARC Trooper just with the impact grenades, 2 strike teams with the sniper. He's got an ARC Strike with Echo. He's got clone commandos with, as you would expect, the Catan and with the config, and then Delta Squad with an HQ uplink, the commands and the config. And then Dave is running the same as he did in the last round. So let me just bring that up real quick to give you all the ins and outs. So here, yeah, it's fine. So Dave is going to be playing Krennic with improvised orders, Vader with burst of speed, push, saber throw, and esteemed leader. 4 squads of stormtroopers, four squads of stormtroopers with a T-21 and a Medroid. 2 squads of storms with a T-21. 3 dewbacks with Into the Fray and Flamers. So 2 very aggressive lists coming into the finals here. But like I say, it might not be the full finals. We've got 3 currently undefeated. So if Matt Haslam, who's playing Kenobi and Commandos, if he loses the pair down, this will be the final game. If he wins and goes 6-0, there will be a shadow round. So you may well be in for another little bonus round. But we're going to get started on the top table here of 2 6-0 players, both really warm right now. So we're going to see how we get on. So Dave is at the top of the screen as you're looking at it, and Harrison down the bottom. Both players have been on stream today, so we've already seen how they play. And again, Harrison has been playing a variation of this list for a good long while now. 501st, which is, a fantastic list. I know that a couple of years ago at LVO, I think it was Mike Barry played it first and brought it in to popular consciousness. I mean, before then it was kind of scoffed off, the same way that Blizzard was before people realized that list is amazing. And Dave playing what he likes to call Vader Immortal. He's got 8 wounds of med droids available for an 8 health Vader. 3 dewbacks that like to chew through stuff. So this is going to be a real close game, and I'm really interested to see how this one pays off. Give us a shout out in the chat if you've made it in. What's up, Mike? It's good to see you join us again. Oh, what's up, Liam? Yeah, you're not wrong. More Legion is always good. We changed up the table here. We've got a table from Crafty Terrain. If you don't follow their YouTube channel, I'd suggest checking it out. It makes great battle reports. David's going to be using our order tokens from Comscan Gaming, and we have a full set of Comscan Gaming order tokens to give away on this stream, so stay with us. It'll be free to enter. You just have to hit us up in the chat, and we're going to give them away regardless of where you are in the world. We will post them out, so even if it's our American friends, Australian friends, anything like that, worth entering later on. But we'll keep you informed on how to enter for that. So up till now, hit us with your predictions in the chat. Who you think's going to win, Harrison or Dave? Harrison playing the 501st and Dave playing Vader Immortal. Like I say, both great players, both currently 5-0. So Mkgt real busy at the moment. A lot of buzz around the new version, people enjoying it. Swap out the dice tray. So Harrison having to swap out the dice tray because, move it this way, Harrison. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Keep going. There you go, stop. So Harrison always forgets to roll in our dice tray. So he's got to swap it for his own dice tray because otherwise he's just not going to bother. I'll take that one. He's apologising, doesn't need to. Okay, so give us 2 seconds and we're going to get... oh, okay, so Dave is divulging Vader's infiltrate, Darkness Descends. So getting infiltrate is huge. Okay, so divulging Darkness Descends no longer lets you go dead last, but as Dave has the pass from the advanced intel, he's going to be able to go dead last anyway because they match for activations. Hey Toby, good to see you in the chat. Harrison is not currently wearing slippers. He's currently wearing a pair of New Balance. For anybody not in the know, Harrison is infamous for bringing slippers to tournaments, being the most comfortable man at the tournament. He's not happy about this reputation, but it will follow him. Hey Josh, met Dave at LVO, great dude. Be good to see him win. Yeah, he's one of the people that laughs the most generous with how funny he is. He's if he falls down, it's normally because he's stumbled early in the game, early in the tournament, and got a little bit too excited. Don't blame you, man. I'll get Harrison to change into the slippers, and then you can come back. We'll send you a message. You can get back in the stream. If you don't already, we are That's No Moon podcast. We do a podcast every two weeks. We run events or cover events in the UK, all the majors, on 2-day streams. We have battle reports on our YouTube channel as well as hobby videos. Really appreciate it if you follow and subscribe to the channel. So General Skywalker is the command from Harrison. He's basically doing it for perfect order control. He's not that bothered about the Inspire. Although that still comes in quite handy if he does take some early fire. And Dave is obviously playing Darkness Descends. You're not wrong. I absolutely forgot to mention we are holding a raffle. We had a member of the community passed away at 23, and we have his entire Legion collection, which we are raffling for charity. It's £5 a ticket. I'll find a link and pop it in the chat. But if you want, you can have as many entries as you want. It's all going to charity, and we will ship it worldwide. So Anakin also having prepared positions, then a core squad deploying. Oh, we're going to be giving away a full set of order tokens as well, which is going to be free in the chat. We will give you plenty of notice of when to go for those. You'll be able to see that Dave is using some Comscan Gaming order tokens. We use them on our battle reports. They are a great poker chip style token. I have a set right here to give away in the chat, which we will give away a little bit later on. Okay, so Harrison putting down his 2 complete the mission tokens, central POI, and the one far left of the screen. I think this is a real aggressive play. It means he's trying to box out where Dave's going to go. Be interesting to see how this affects Dave's deployments. He's normally fairly aggressive. There we go. So a T21 squad, double moving. Just to the other side of that little turbo laser. Or building, actually. Yeah, Comscan tokens are fantastic for sure. Okay, so Harrison now to deploy. So Dave just popping his order tokens in the in the tower up there. Harrison deploying a full arc squad. So clone commando in the arcs, beast of a squad. It's got standby. So taking the scout move triggers tactical, makes a move for tactical again, then taking a standby. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. So trying to get that early area denial in. Again, I think Harrison's been playing using the red token save. So there you go, Harrison offering a toffee crisp to Dave. Go on then. Oh, it's thank you. Maybe. There we go. So we have switched out Dave's order tokens as of the last round. I know that some people found that like the design on his looks a little bit like a command token, so we can track what's face up a little bit better. So Dave, I think there's going to be a little bit more of a careful turn 0 or turn 1 deployment. Sorry, not turn 0 anymore at all. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Like I said, that Harrison's been playing clones for a good long while, especially Anakin. Now that Anakin's more aggressive, it's going to be really interesting to see how he plays him. I know that Dave plays pretty fast and loose with those dewbacks, trying to get them as involved and aggressive as early as possible. Dave's pulled a command token, so he's going to be going with Krennic. I'd imagine that Krennic's going to be playing quite cagey. Yeah, so Krennic just going to go down with the rest of the by the stormtroopers there. For the most part, going to be out of line of sight. Harrison checking range to the backboard. Another full arc team deploying. I believe we're probably going to see the scout move standby. So double aim. Yeah, there you go, with a standby. So having a double aim, naughty. Oh, what's up, Pad? Nice to see you in the chat. Just in your text, realize who that is. So Dave checking out where he's going to deploy. So one of the T-21 squads moving up onto the board by the Upsilon shuttle. Now he's not going to want to get too close. He's not going to get to range 2 to trigger that standby, but I think those aims are just there for when the strike teams move on. They're going to have access to aims. So moving on and dodging just by the Upsilon. Defensive play. Might be a little bit cagey at the start of this game. Decide who wins. Mkgt. Okay, so scout team or arc strike team moving on, taking a shot into the T-21s. Heavy cover down to light. Spends an aim for Pierce, so he's guaranteeing 1 wound. You can see 2 minis. So rolling for light cover first. So there's 1 Pierce 1. Dave loses the storm that was in line of sight. So it's only the commander that's or the captain of the stormtrooper squad that's visible now. Pulling another core. Dave's trying to work out which side he wants to deploy from. I think Harrison has good early advantage by having scout and long range poke, whereas Dave's list, in true Dave fashion, is very in your face. He moves the squad on. You see the medic being cohered forward, brings back the guy. And then second move, he's going to move behind the the height 2 tower. And trying to stay out of line of sight as much as possible. So the other strike team, scout. Scout shoot, spent 2 aims from himself, borrows 1 to add pierce. So it's 2 with pierce, so, oh sorry, 1 goes through, 1 with pierce, spends Krennic's dodge. So getting a support quite early in the round. Not sure whether Dave's going to be happy about that or not. He may well tap improvised. Although he is going to the polar opposite end of the table now, so having 2 commanders, he can. Yeah, the lists are on Game Uplink, but whilst we're waiting for them to get fully into it, I can go through what we got. Hey Mike, how you doing? He's the our favourite American, honorary Team UK. So we got Harrison, who has got Anakin with Saber Throw, Burst of Speed, Into the Fray, Tenacity. A clone squad with a medic. A clone squad with 5s, the shotgun and a medic. 2 ARC troopers with a clone commander and impact grenades. 1 ARC trooper with impact grenades, 2 ARC trooper strike teams with a sniper, 1 ARC strike with echo, 1 clone commander with the just with the config and the armor, and Delta squad with an HQ uplink, the armor and the config, and then Dave's. I mean, nobody else is running this. There is a. Nobody else can run it. There's also a very good point because it is absolute nonsense. So, direct Krennic with improvised orders. Darth Vader, Burst of Speed, Force Push, Saber Throw, Esteemed Leader. 4 squads of T-21 Storms with a med droid. 2 squads of T-21 Storms on their own. 3 dewbacks with Into the Fray and the Flame Rifle. So, dewback, double moving onto the table. Just above that building there, below the AT-AT. Being sure not to set off the standby from the clones. That's standby. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I thought that's what you were saying then. Yeah, as I thought, they are just ever so slightly short of setting off that standby there. How many Rebel players have been here? It is the second least represented faction. And unfortunately not performed massively well. I think it was I will look it up in 2 seconds. So Echo is so Echo moves on with a scout, moves and shoots into the same squad of Storms. He's got a crit Pierce 1, so he's taking that Stormy back down. here we go. So, in the tournament as a whole, we had 33 Republic players, 24 Imperial players, 16 CIS, 14 Rebel, and only 4 Shadow Collective players. In the top 3 undefeated players going into round 6, we have 2 Republic and 1 Empire. So Red Saves definitely coming out on top. We're not actually using Game Uplink, we're using Longshanks, but the lists are still available on there. It's a shame. I was sad to see Game Uplink shut down. That was my favorite tournament resource. It was so good for streams. So Dave bringing on another squad of stormtroopers. Again, hunkering down behind the building with Krennic and the other storms. Bringing back the storm that Harrison has killed once again with a medic. That squad is just adamant that that guy will not die. Is that Arcs? Yeah, okay. So with his final squad of Arcs, Harrison going back over the other side of the table. You can just see in those bushes deploying with a scout and then move, giving him 2 aims, just going to just within range, and I think we're going to see a shot there. What's up, Michael? The time currently is 22:05 in the afternoon. Oh, okay, so 10 dice into the dewback. He's got sharpshooter 1. And 3 aims. 2 from tactical, 1 he can share. I mean, there's a good amount of paint there. Wow, getting a bunch of crits to start, so spending both aims at the same time. So losing 1 for cover, 1 for armor. Did you say 7? 7 to save after cover and armor. No pierce. Oh, it's pretty good. 3 wounds from that beast of an attack is better than it could have been. That's for sure. It's not shot o'clock for me, Michael, but I think Ollie is probably somewhere. I know that he's lost 2 games today, so he's somewhere over there. It's shot o'clock for him. Fury Road may be getting retired after this. Who knows? So we are going to have a new champion for this year. Last year, the world champion Ollie Dyer won this tournament. So it won't be him this year. Harrison thinks he'll be Dave. In the chat, they're saying if you were wearing slippers, you'd be the choice. Didn't even bring them. Okay, so Dave activating another dewback, spurring onto the table. Trying to decide if he's going to spur again or just take a standard move. Yeah, just taking a standard move. I think the dewbacks being fairly close to where Anakin is quite aggressive. I think between between dewbacks and Vader, there's a lot of threat there that could threaten Anakin. But I think anybody who's played a lot of Anakin knows that he can absolutely just tear through a lot of stuff, especially with the new new rules. Yeah, Fury Road does seem a bit tough in the new edition. I think the change to transport has massively impacted it. Personally, I've never been a fan of AA5s. They just didn't seem very Star Wars to me, but I know that a lot of people are into them. So it's interesting, they've now become more of a blocking unit than a transport. Oh. So 9 dice from a core squad with 5s. No sharpshooter this time. He still has access to, he's still got 2 aims. So rolling for heavy cover. Loses 2 for cover and armor, giving Dave 4 to defend on that dewback. Oh, that's a dead dewback.
Again?
Yeah, turn 1 deployment, dead dewback. So both dewbacks have deployed together, and Dave has just lost a dewback. Harrison's playing quite conservatively. He's doing his scout move shoot for 2 aims. He's been plinking at some T-21s, and Dave has been forced to spend 2 of his medic charges bringing back the guy that Harrison has killed for a single storm. Now I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a long one, because they're both playing more conservatively than I think last time.
Yeah.
Dave hasn't been just outright laughing the entire time, so that's how you know he means business.
Well, he wants to win his first major 2-day event, I believe.
Has he not won a major 2-day?
I think he's won like an element or a sanctuary 2-dayer, but
but never one of the major UK tournaments.
He's not won LGT. He's not won.
Yeah. He's always come close. He's in the top.
He's made top, top cuts. Yeah. He's always made the top cuts.
I know that he did, and obviously he went out and made a splash at LVO in. Was that 22? Yeah, 22.
Because the only game he lost was to Kyle.
Yeah. And did Kyle win the event?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to lose to someone, it might as well be the guy that won, right?
Exactly.
There you go. The other dewback coming on, spurring to get a move, and then taking a second move, hitting on the same spot that the rest of his storms are hunkered behind. So to complete the mission tokens are in the central position and the left position there. So I don't know if that telegraphs where the clone commandos are going to go.
It doesn't though, because sometimes obviously with the way you can infiltrate, you can react and put them somewhere else. And you'll complain about it, but at the time it was probably the right decision, you know.
Well, I know that Harrison said last time in deployment on when he was on stream round 1, I spoke to him before, and he said, I'm going to put them just to try and make you make a decision. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, well, that's what it can do though. And sometimes with Legion, it's not about the decisions you make. It can be about forcing your opponent to make an incorrect decision.
Absolutely.
Or lead them to go move something out of position, so it's in the wrong place for you to be able to take advantage of it.
Yep. I see Mike Smith's in the chat. He's asked me what the time was. Told him. He said that sounds like shot clock.
That's not my favourite American.
That's exactly what I said. Okay, well, so this is Delta Squad coming on.
See, Liam's not been out with that Snow Moon on a drinking session because he actually gave us the real time.
He did give us the correct time. To be fair, I didn't realise where he was going because I gave him the correct time as well. Okay, so Impact 4, 2 aims going into a dewback, no cover. We miss you too, Mike. Did you buy a? Did Mike get one of the Team UK jerseys? I know we offered it to him.
Yes,
oh, that's amazing. I will earn one at some point.
We ended up we didn't get to play each other, but we ended up playing next to each other during one of our games.
Oh, amazing!
That was as close as I got to him.
Okay, so Delta Squad could have a huge impact here.
Is it 4?
It's 5.
Right.
So, only taking
2 wounds.
Only taking 2 wounds, yeah.
It's good. It's just above average.
No, it's just so when you put the thing down, I can see it.
Or maybe that was only 1. It might be 2.
No,
I know Delta's suppressive, isn't it?
Yeah. But
So what's interesting though?
so I think they're going to take some return fire now.
I don't think he cares. They are going to get mulched.
Oh yeah, that Dubak's going to eat
nom
them.
nom nom nom.
Yeah, yep.
Oh yeah.
But then that's a great distraction technique. If you can get them done.
Yeah, but what commander's weak to? Melee.
Yeah, big time.
Like he doesn't want to flamer him. He's just gonna.
Well, look, he's gonna put them in range 3. He's gonna shoot them with the T21. He's whipped it, so it was 1 wound on the Dubak. He's whipped that off with the medic. It's exactly what they're there for. But it's a good distraction technique because he's then not moving on the central
one more
points.
Unit to bring on?
Yeah, one more unit.
Commando
Yeah, another commando. Dave has Vader and a squad of Storms. So Vader is infiltrating again, and he's coming on dead last. Although Harrison has Anakin with prepared positions.
Yeah.
So
he hasn't been, but he's.
He hasn't been, but he is there.
Is he?
He's just behind the turbo laser on the bottom edge of the screen on the far right.
Far right of the table.
Yeah. Don't believe he's been. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, so Anakin is still yet to go. The other commandos infiltrating in.
But again,
we might get a line of sight check here from
it's a good thing I'm
from the
here.
commandos. Yeah, exactly. You're right there. In fact, what I'm going to do real quick is so I'm going to hide the dice cam. There we go. So you can see much better now where Delta are. This is always the way. Anytime you set up a camera and you have a dice tray, that's always where people choose to play their game.
I mean, you can put the dice cam at the other end of the ball, but there's no action.
I could, but then I'm going to have to
Readjust the whole lot again.
going to have to readjust the entire camera.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Just
It's okay. We'll leave it like this for now.
one day we'll have the same setup as Adepticon, and we'll be able to.
That would be nice. So he's got four hits. He's got 2 aims. So re-roll in. 4 to defend. So it's not a dead Dubak, and the Dubak is definitely 100% double spurring.
Yeah, and that's really like I was watching that for the same thing.
You're re-rolling hits, so I was like, I can't remember what you were trying to do, mate.
Yeah.
Just trying to fish for crits, right?
No, there's no need. It's only armor 1.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, I mean, it's a mistake. I only make it once, but
Yeah. Well, there's a.
it can, mate. It really can.
I told you, but you're busy rolling quickly, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to be better.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Well, there's nothing else that could spend those aims.
He obviously
anyway.
knew saying you didn't.
Yeah, I was expecting just 8 hits, start to 7, roll 7.
I thought I'd give you a chance to just make it 4.
I'm like, why does he think Dubak's got full armor? I didn't get it.
Just completely brain fart this time of day.
So the other medic coming back on now, which means there's another wound coming off a Dubak.
Yeah, and you can see what the medics. Obviously, it's great. They are there for anything in the list.
Yeah,
Like,
not just Vader, which
No.
most people consider them a Vader medbot.
But no, keeping them Dubaks alive means they're going to go into the term of new ways with extra health. So if they are going to trigger new ways, they've got plenty of health to not worry after about
Yep.
it. And then it means it's harder to remove it later in the game.
So sorry, moving on, shooting into
One of them is the glass action one, so it's just not useful.
shooting into Delta.
You have to trigger it, don't you? Is it a May? I thought it was a May.
When you take more
Is it May?
than 1 wound.
You get to choose when you do it.
So
okay.
Delta losing a single mini there. Again, being smart not to spend any tech.
Oh no, he did. He spent.
Oh
a
no, he
dodge.
spent a dodge and a shield,
Yeah.
but still only losing 1 mini. So it nets the same. But
But he spent some tech. But if he knows he's going to be mulched with melee, then it.
so does the Catan doesn't work in melee, right?
Correct. It
So,
works
yeah.
with overrun
Yeah.
because overrun sits in its
'Cause
own
it's
little weird. Yeah.
it's a weird bubble.
It's not range. It's not melee.
But then nothing does enough to make it.
I'm not going to spend the aim
to make it worthwhile doing the Catan anyway, right? Like
Yeah,
on an
rolls-
overrun.
Yeah, rolls 3. You re-roll 3 dice. You blank out on
Yeah.
3. You spend your Catan. You only lose 1.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that was a saber throw into the dewback. Okay, so the most important decision of today.
He said life.
He did say life, and he also said I don't really care about it. It's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be Vader.
Liam's an ex-rugby player. So's Ollie, would you believe it?
I think that's
Not with that physique, but
He told me that he's got an athletic physique, and
said someone.
I mean, it's only really darts that his athletic physique is for. Okay, and that is the end of the round. Vader just moving on, double moving up to that turbo laser in the
Now,
middle.
It might not be a lot, but over 5 turns,
Yeah.
Dave's not using the full movement tool. Because the way the movement tool now is, obviously...
Yeah, you can get that extra little bit.
You did. That's what I was saying it afterwards, so it's fine.
See, I would imagine that the way that Dave does it, he either knows and has forgotten, or he just
You just don't care.
he's just gone
Yeah,
over it,
you
doesn't
don't
care.
care.
Yeah,
And like,
because you could get that extra little bit of movement, which in a game of minute movements
we're
is
talking
pretty big.
like as I say, we're talking an extra 2 mils a move or something like that. It's really marginal. It's enough to, with a speed 2 move, take you above range 1.
So this is going to be new ways, right?
I don't know. There's nothing there to engage. So new
No,
ways.
no, new ways,
Sorry,
yeah.
not unblockable. Yeah.
So here we go. So let's switch over to. But I think it'll be new ways. What do you think Harrison's going to play?
He's not 5. He's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock.
Go first.
Yeah, so ambush to new ways. He just wants to do that for the priority, right?
He wants the priority to shoot the Jew back off.
Yeah, he wants. I mean, he wants to try.
Yeah, I mean, it's only taken 1 wound.
I think that's 3.
Oh, that is 3.
Yeah.
Wounds
3
on
wounds
the
on the
Jew-back,
dewback.
3, right? Yeah. Has he lost another one already as well?
Yeah, he's lost 1 already. Plays fast and loose with those dewbacks.
He does.
If you're shooting the dewbacks, you're not shooting Vader. So that is a real thing.
But the other one's taken 2 wounds by the looks of it.
Yeah, the other one has taken wounds from saber throw. Played new ways. Oh yeah, he said about that. Yeah. I haven't touched it, mate.
It was new ways. Yeah.
It wasn't new, it was like, what is this? I have to know the card.
Two orders, not Darth Vader, can take a wound through an extraction.
I like to consider myself an Empire player when I played Vader, so it was a real low moment that. I like ILG because it's now a range 3.
So I think the dewback is in for a little rough time here.
Oh yeah.
Because he's not going to be able to. He's probably not going to have access to a wound to take to get the extra.
He doesn't need it. He's close enough.
Yeah,
Like
he's-
2 speed 2s. Just,
Yeah.
he's good.
So as long as he's not suppressed, right?
But where's Vader? He's within range 3, so he's
Yeah.
fine. Now he knows it's armor 1,
Okay, so
so 3. Yeah, so he has to save 1 to live. I see a save.
saves. Yep. So I think you go for whichever commandos haven't activated,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and you
just mulch him.
try your best to mulch him. You take 1 at the end, yeah.
Was it 3 or 4? 3's not. 3 is suppressed but not panic.
Yeah, so but I need.
Yeah, so you need him to rally. Yeah, yeah.
He might not choose to go to 1 now.
I mean, where's Krennic?
Krennic is behind the building to the
The
left of
turbo
the,
laser, yeah.
well, just south of the turbo laser, the grey building.
Yeah, so it's the reason for that is obviously Krennic has to compel all units,
But
it's only range 2.
I was going to say he's outside of range 2 for sure.
That's what I was contemplating in my head.
Yeah, so I would imagine he's still going. I would imagine he's still going to go with that dewback.
I mean,
try and rally, right?
It makes a big difference though, because if he does a speed 2, if he fails a rally roll here, then it means he's only going to be able to move and then flamer. He's not going to be able to get safely into the...
I mean, the flamer's still good.
But it's only going to pop katana.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And that's what the issue is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so in melee, so you can't use your Catan. I thought Overrun did work on Catan. Overrun does work on Catan, right?
Yeah, so you can spend your Catan against Overrun because it's not a melee attack. And Catan just says any non-melee attack.
Yeah,
naughty. And Overrun's not a melee attack and it's not a ranged attack, so therefore you can...
Then it's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Kobe.
So Dave, you can hear the cogs turning. You can see some smoke coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. Oh, he's going with a dewback. I think he's going to try and pull some wounds off.
No. Well, I think he will.
But then try and pop some shots in, or
trying to whisper not to influence Dave because he's right near us. So I think what he's trying to do is fish for Krennic, so that he can do a double move to get really in range 2. Yeah.
Now he's got to remember as well that he needs to be considering the objective.
What are we playing again?
Because we're playing Close the Pocket, so it's from turn 2. It's a scoring round. Okay, so the Tan squad taking a shot.
Is this the T21?
Yeah, so a T21 squad. They're going to shoot and move. Okay, so shooting. Oh, one squad into the. One squad into the commandos, and he's spent the shield and openly said they will not be recovering, which I think is. And he's moving, and I would be surprised if a wound doesn't get whipped off that dewback.
Yes, I'd be surprised as well.
Yeah, but there we go. The medic is being moved. So Harrison has 1 victory point currently from killing.
Oh, sweep and clear.
Yeah, from sweep and clear.
Yeah.
Whereas Dave is currently on none. He's not yet killed anything. The squad of arcs moving up.
This is going to hurt. But
A range 2 shot into dewbacks. Heavy cover down to light.
But the amount of effort that Harrison's having to put into removing
They're a good
dewback.
distraction technique.
Oh yeah. But the T21 squads need to lift some weight.
Yeah, big time. And they can. They easily have the dice to do it.
Whereas Vader is here, isn't he?
Yeah, Vader's by the
So
middle.
it's 2. I mean, which is 2 VP. If
So
he's-
Vader can shoot. So Vader currently is going to be the only thing I think contesting the middle objective. So
which
that's
I think
2.
Harrison's abandoning it,
Yeah, I agree.
which is fine. But then if as long as David wins one of the 2, he'll stay ahead. And even if he's not, he's drawing 2 versus 2.
And he's
then
fine.
his
He's already
secondary.
1 ahead at the moment.
Yeah.
If he can focus on the secondaries, he's going to be all right. That's it. Dewback dead.
Yeah, I think he was too worried about only getting the 1 action.
Yeah. So yeah, Harrison's going to take the any territory as well as having his own territory.
Yeah.
So he's moving
2.
up to 2 VPs. That's just because you went to private school. I played at a high level for 20 years, but that makes sense why Ollie can be drinking a little bit. So I think you still hold off till till the end with Vader, right? As long as you can.
Yeah, you need to assess where everything is, and with Anakin at the other end of the board, like, it wouldn't surprise me if Vader starts heading that way to kill his former self. You know?
Yep. So, okay, so with Compel, Krennic is compelling because he only rallied one suppression.
Yeah.
Classic Dave, we ask him to rally in a dice tray. Only rallies in on the table. Just double checking some new unit cards. I think, and do you know what? I think that it's good to do that because otherwise you get set in your ways of like, oh no, this is what he does. Where there's a lot that have changed quite significantly, even with just 2 keywords.
Even his attack dice has changed. He's now 3 red.
Yeah.
No pierce. And it's range 3, I think, as well.
It is range 3. It's same way that Leia did.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I think I would swap out having pierce for the additional range any day of the week.
What, Leia, really? Sharpshooter 2 without pierce now.
Sharpshooter 2, range 3, 3 red. I'm okay with that. Keep a squad near her so you've got backup. She's still good.
Oh, I'm not denying she's not good.
Again, rolling on the table. 2 crits. Double blocks.
Yeah.
Oh. But if he can suppress those guys down, they've got the captain, but...
Yeah, but you can't inspire yourself.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so 5s is lining up on that 3rd dewback. If he can get all 3 dewbacks off early doors, that's going to be quite impactful.
Which means David won't have been able to use new ways at all to any advantage.
Yeah. But then this is similar to what happened in his last game. His dewback, 2 of them died straight away. One of them was quite impactful because it tied up that snail tank, and eventually, that's kind of what won him the game, was getting the snail off the table. So we know that it can work with just the 1.
Yeah.
But I think it's getting there. That's the tough bit. So the 5 squad is just the standard squad, so it's not an ARC trooper, so there's no sharpshooter. And they don't have tactical.
It's an okay dice pool.
Yeah. He has a surge himself and access to 1 from another squad.
So he's got armor 1.
Yeah, so it's going to make it 5.
The armor comes
After the cover, yeah.
So nice 4 cover save here, Dave.
Loses 1 to cover, so down to 3, so it's not a dead dewback.
Yeah, because he's got the crit in there, yeah.
And there's a save, only takes 1 wound. Okay, that's... Dave can deal with that.
But that does put them at range of triple move.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're too far away from Vader, too far away from Krennic.
They've got 2 suppression or 1. Cleared off.
Oh, there you go. You can hear the signature Dave Grant laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so another core. He's going to have to start making some moves.
Why is he after the dewback?
Well, he wants to get that dewback gone before Anakin goes, I think, because Anakin's not far from it.
He gave Vader an order.
What's the favour? Michael Peter is here somewhere. Can you go to them, find a monster and bring him out?
A can of monster?
I don't know which table he's on.
I'll just...
Okay, so Dave,
I'll find him.
moving the green squad. So I think this is becoming a little bit of movement chicken. Nobody wants to move on that
You don't
that
want
POI, especially because it's got
early.
the complete the mission
Yeah.
token on it as well.
You don't want to commit too early.
Yep.
Table 30.
So 3 coming from the storms with the T-21 into the arcs. and losing a single mini. So again, checking range on the dewback. So 5 blacks from a clone infantry squad with a medic. 2, he's got heavy cover. Blocks 1 to block. Takes another wound on the dewback, but the dewback is still alive. Oh, drawing out another core, not getting that dewback that he wanted. But he is going to get improvised back. So Commander again, Krennic's going to go. He's trying to work out what position he can be in so he's got good compel range, but while still having good cover, because that's the challenge. Yeah, so a double move behind the turbo laser, just a little bit below Vader.
I've got 5 of them in the bag.
Harrison desperately trying to pull a special forces and gets his other commandos. So let's hide the camera here. So just moving underneath the TIE advance. Yeah. So the commandos taking a double move. Okay, so clone commandos just taking a double move. They're going to have good line of sight on the POI in the next turn. Dave pulling from the stack. Again, really wanting a dewback. What did you get, Dave? Did you get improv back? So Dave pulling a core. Harrison annoyed that he couldn't pull a special forces and now only has special forces left in the bag. So moving up. You good?
My opponent swallowed and
Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so Dave moving up with his storms, just checking some ranges. I think he's just going to try and get a little pot shot. So taking a move and a dodge. Not diving in too early. Okay, so then Harrison now having all special forces. He's moving up, gaining an aim for tactical. How are you getting on, mini cockles?
Oh, I dropped.
You dropped? Oh no, how come?
It's just 1 and 4. I thought I'd watch some games and sort myself out.
Okay. 1 aim with tactical. He has access to a surge. Nobody can hear what you're saying. Okay, so 5 into the do-back. 4, sorry. So light cover takes nothing. Armor takes 1, 3 to save. Oh, and the do-back's dead. That's all 3 do-backs gone before before they could do anything. Harrison, you got this? Okay. So having fished for do-backs relentlessly, he now pulls one, now they're dead, and opts to pass for the rest of the activation. Yeah, he says to any mini but line of sight of the unit leader. No, that's what Andy said this morning. So just double checking the backup rule. So Harrison trying to get a shot, work out if he wants to make the shot on Vader. He's within backup range if backup is as we thought, which is range 1, half range of a unit leader, of a unit, sorry, but line of sight to the unit leader. Yeah, so double checked, that is the way that it works. So trying to work out if it's worth shooting Vader or not. I think it's an interesting one because
No, it's not worth shooting Vader.
I mean,
You kill everything else.
but everything in this list is built around Vader.
Yeah, but if you shoot Vader, it's backup, and then there's Steve Leader. It's just pointless.
But if you don't shoot Vader, he's gonna eat you for breakfast.
I think he does that anyway.
I think he tries.
What turn is it, sorry?
We're in turn 2.
Okay, cool.
So rallying with the arcs, moving to contest the objective. It's going to gain him an aim. Spending its standby on the T-21 Storms. I'd definitely forgotten about that, and I'm fairly confident Harrison also has. A crit and a hit. So rolling for cover. 1 goes for cover, 1 to defend. Oh, loses an arc. That's not bad with unmodified white dice.
Yeah.
So Harrison carrying on with the same squad. So light cover, Harrison taking the shot. He's got an aim from tactical. Oh, 5 to roll on cover. Loses 1, so that goes down to 4. Two minis die. Still got the heavy in the squad, so it's not the end of the world. I feel like that's That's okay. Losing an ARC trooper, losing 2 stormtroopers off the back of that, it's not too bad. So Dave back to the stack. Red squad of stormtroopers. I think they're probably going to move for the objective. To be within half range. Yeah. So they're going to move, and I imagine they're probably going to shoot the ARC troopers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the best choice. Because if you can suppress them, then they're not counting towards the objective.
Yeah.
So again, he's got the full lottery cannon here of T-21 and stormtroopers. So the POI giving him heavy cover. So 2 to defend after cover. Spends the surge that he didn't spend from reliable. So I think this squad are going to be suppressed enough that they're not contesting. So ARC's moving up. So 2 with sharpshooter, there's no cover, spends the aim, PS1. There you go. So Dave loses two men from the squad. Still contesting the objective. Okay, chat, we've just hit an hour into the first stream, so we're going to give away a set of ComScan gaming tokens, a full set of order tokens, poker chip order tokens. They're the same ones that we use on stream videos. Dave is using them now. Really high quality. What we're going to do is, if you write Mkgt in the chat, we're going to draw a winner in 20 minutes. So you have 20 minutes, write Mkgt in the chat. We'll be drawing at random. We will send them anywhere in the world. So type away, get some in there. We'll draw it at random in 20 minutes. So at 5:40, we will draw the winner. Just Mkgt, 4 letters in the chat.
Just in case.
Okay, so Dave moving up another squad of storms, going to shoot on those arcs. 2 hits, 1 crit. Oh, drops 1 for cover. Oh, loses 2 arcs. So just the arc commander left. And 2 suppressed to count for the objective. So more arcs moving up for Harrison. And then Dave activating Vader with a double move. He's then saber throwing at that single arc trooper who's left. So he's got two to roll for cover. Neither go through. He needs to roll 5 with impervious. Needs to save all 5. Oh, and that guy's dead. Claiming a secondary objective on this one. So Dave is on 1, Harrison's on 2. Smart play, getting some points on the board. And that is the end of the... No, so Harrison still has Anakin. Anakin making a double move. Seeing if he can get within half range. I think he's a little bit shy of half range, so he's just backing up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Harrison play the Anakin card for the 2. Ooh, he's tapping burst of speed. So he's going to contest that middle objective. So he's stopping Dave from owning that first point, which is going to be key because both are real aggressive pieces. So between Vader and Anakin, it's going to be a real barn burner about who can get the most wounds in. So Harrison's final arcs. They've moved again, so contest that objective. And Harrison is just going to score a single point. So this round we've scored 1 to Harrison on the final scoring. Anakin burst the speeding in to contest that middle point, which is pretty clutch because that would have put Dave ahead. Or actually, no, that would have tied Dave, sorry, because he would have got 2 points. So it'd be interesting to see what card Harrison plays at this point. Dave taking his time. I think we'll see an implacable. So it's Dave trying to work out what card Harrison's playing. So it's the new Anakin token. So it's either going to be Anakin getting 6 white if Dave has been, or Anakin getting 2 attacks. So both real interesting choices. You think where the fun begins? I think that's got to be the choice, because otherwise you're relying on Dave going first to get the buff. Okay, so Dave playing Deploy the Garrison, getting that free standby on Vader. And Harrison playing You Underestimate My Power. This round when Anakin Skywalker is attacking a unit that has a face-down order. During the full attack dice pool step, gains 6 white to the pool. Nasty. There's a good... it's almost a good counter to that by having Vader with a standby from Krennic, because he can't have it removed because he doesn't have force push. It's Commander Vader, so he doesn't take suppression. So he's not taking he's not losing that standby. So Anakin's going to have to be real careful about what he does. Remember Mkgt in the chat. You can win yourself a set of order tokens. So Krennic with Cunning, it was a 2-pip off, but Dave just wins. So Dave trying to work out where he wants to go. So he's gone for perfect order control. So one went to Dave on Krennic, and one went on Anakin on Vader. So he's pulled out a core. I believe Tempted would still trigger the standby because it is still an action. It doesn't specify there has to be a move action. It would just be it would still trigger, I believe. But I'll check with Andy, with our head judge. Okay, so Dave pulled a core. There's 2 into the arcs with the order. Harrison trying to work out some cover, I think.
Yeah, a minimum range package. Yeah, half a range. Any model from the unit. Yeah, correct. Yeah. If you're within range 2, you can't go back up. But if it's beyond range 2, it's half a range 2. Any model.
Tempted.
Yes.
If you'd made the move,
Yes.
that would still trigger a standby.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So because it's still an action,
Yep.
it would still trigger the
Yeah,
standby, but you can't use it to trigger charge if you are the Anakin player.
Oh, wait a minute. Because it's a speed X move, isn't it?
Yeah. So would that trigger a standby on Vader? Is the question, because that could well become pretty important. So some core troop. The clone commanders.
The answer for the tempted and standby is standbys can be spent whenever a move, attack, or action happens. So it doesn't matter if it's a move.
Yeah. So it's not specifying what type of move action
No.
it is. It's just if there
It's
is an
basically-
action.
If you do anything in Legion, because everything's either a free action or an action or like a move or an attack. So it doesn't matter if it's a free attack or a normal attack, it's an attack.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like they were that far out, and he was basically one
Can't
move.
I
rewind.
can't rewind the stream.
I honestly thought it was more than one. So on a shield gun. Because I thought the girl moved to base me, I was like,
So just trying to work out some movement. Thinking they were out, so there's a little gentlemanly roll off there to decide who they're going to go with. So Commando is going to move, not in melee with Stormtroopers, and then I'd imagine that these guys are going to either take a shot or they're going to take a dodge. Yeah, it's just going to focus on that same squad. I think that's the smart move at this point, because Dave is just going to try and overwhelm that point. So the interesting play at the end of last turn that you missed was Anakin burst, double move to contest that middle point so that Dave didn't control the middle.
Oh.
So Anakin is now well within a burst, or a move from Vader and a clobber.
Yeah.
He obviously has a standby, so Dave's going to hold him back as far as possible before he goes.
Who's got a standby?
Vader,
Oh, Vader.
from Deploy the Garrison.
And he's beyond range 1 to...
Yeah. Well, no, he doesn't have push, so there's no push. But Harrison has the Anakin card with the 6 additional dice.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be playing a bit of a Mexican standoff, see who has to go first.
Is Dave currently down on activations?
Yeah, but I don't think he's paying attention to passes, which at this point I think he should be, because you want to avoid getting that buff on Anakin.
Yeah. But at the same time, I suppose it's worth 2 VP, isn't it?
Yeah. Wondering if taking units with prepared positions is going to have an impact on the number of units in an army. I don't know. It's a funny one with prepared positions. I personally think it's not as valuable as other keywords in the game. Like, as an example, I think Rebel Vets are now... They were an auto-include in a lot of Rebel lists, but I think now Rebel Troopers have a good place, and Fleet Troopers are amazing. So I think it's probably not going to do it as much for me. But again, I think it's too early to tell, really. I think we need to get some more games in. I'm still interested in playing an Echo-based list to see how they perform, but I just don't like the idea of... I don't like the idea of having to show where all of my units are before I activate. So 5 hits into Vader with heavy cover. Blocking 2 from the core. Vader deflects a wound back and takes a wound himself. Oh, you're not wrong. Yeah, I think ARFs would be interesting in 501st. It's all table dependent. If you can get a good position for on turn 0 with prepared positions, I think they could situationally be really good. So Dave moving and shooting Echo.
It's not enough, it's going to be on one move, 2 crits.
So two crits. 2 crits into Echo. The unit, the extra guy, dead. So leaving just Echo. I feel like the Republic are probably better positioned with prepared positions than the white saves. I think Anakin, again, table dependent. You don't have to divulge the card, so I think situationally it is good.
Oh, you knocked the dice onto crits though.
Yeah, but because I don't really want to change that.
What's that? What was it in the end?
So Commando's rolling 3 for cover, dealing 2 wounds on the Storms. he's put him in the tower because he says it's only a temporary situation. The medics are going to be bringing those boys back, I think. 5 minutes left on the giveaway. If you've not typed Mkgt in the chat, now's your chance. You can win full set of ComScan Gaming order tokens. Best tokens I've used. Nice weight to them, well printed. Great poker chips. So Mkgt in the chat. Send them worldwide. Just throw Mkgt in the chat. Dave having a bit of a thinker. He's getting a little bit more serious than he was. So Dave moving up. And then he's going to take a shot on the squad he's been working on, I think. Or actually, no, sorry, a shot on Echo. Whoa, 2 hits, 2 crits. Echo just takes a single wound. And then bringing a Stormtrooper back with the last medic charge on that squad. Just in time, Andy.
Not good.
We're going to be giving away the
ComScans.
ComScan order tokens for Mkgt in the chat.
They're really nice.
Yeah, man, they're the
seen-
tokens I use.
have
It's
you
in the gold ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the winner of
First and
potentially
second.
the winner of this game.
Winner of this game guaranteed it.
Yeah.
And then it will be if Matt Haslam wins his, it will be him. Otherwise, it'll be whoever goes strength of schedule
Yeah.
for 5 in 1.
Yep. There's a full gold set of order tokens, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Jason from ComScan was worried that they were looking to look cheap and tacky, but they've
Yeah, he said that to me,
really
but I saw a
nice.
picture and they look awesome.
Yeah.
Bit of a flex as well. If you're using gold order tokens, that's badass.
I won.
Yeah. Okay, so the Vader standby still not getting popped. They're just going to have the standoff at the end.
Yeah.
I wonder whether Dave just activates Vader and tries to slap some hurt onto Anakin. He would then have a face down order is the problem.
But he's not going to one-shot him.
True. Oh, okay, here we go. So move out with a storm squad. Shooting at Anakin. So 7
Yeah.
into Anakin. Oh.
I should have shot Anakin. I didn't know I was going to roll 7 hits.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't on Anakin, it was on Echo, and that finally does Echo. It should have been on Anakin. Was the was the claim. So with tempted saber throw. And then that triggers Vader. Vader's standby. So Vader's going to make a move, and then with Relentless, is going to saber throw. Into a squad in the open. He has 3 PS3. Whoa, it's hard to tell who's on top at the moment. I think EXD is still very strong. But 501st equally strong. I don't think there's an out and out just auto best list. So Liam Aldford, hit us up on social media or drop us an email to tom@that'snomoonpodcast.com or on any of our social media at that'snomoonpod. Send us your address and we will get some order tokens sent out to you. Reach out, drop us a message, and we will get those sent out.
Who is it, Liam?
Liam, yeah. Do you know Liam?
Yeah, I know Liam.
Oh, well.
I'm actually meeting him in about a week or two. We're going to play a game.
Oh, well, Liam, don't worry about sending us your address because Andy knows you and Andy's going to take you some order tokens.
Take you out on a date.
Congratulations on some great order tokens. But yeah, I think personally still too early to tell on what the meta best choice is.
Oh, 100%. Way too soon.
Yeah.
I do think with a tournament this size, it's a good indicator for the early meta on red saves that have the advantage. I don't think that will be a guarantee though, because I think CIS are up there because they've got the bodies.
Yeah.
I think Rebels just need to come up with the ideas of list
I
building.
think it's different to the traditional Rebel archetype. So I think people are still playing into things like vet gun lines, and I think it's different to what that is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite as strong being able to telegraph exactly where all your units are. I also think Bad Batch, only having come out on Wednesday here, that they're going to make a much bigger impact on the UK and Rebels, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, if we look at the current top 8, obviously this is not including this game. You've got David Harrison with red saves, Matt Haslam also with red saves, undefeated. So in 4th place is Chris Reese with droids, so white save army, especially since he only has one B2 unit. Oh no, he has 2, doesn't he?
He had two B2s.
So he has 2 B2s. Justin Reed is a rebel player, so that is really high, really, really good.
Yep.
Obviously 4 and 2.
Love to see that in the top 8.
Yeah. That's all his games. He's finished. So 4 and 2. So he's currently sat in 5th, which is obviously a white save army.
Yep. So he's playing the waiting game now.
Yeah. Then Tom with the similar list to Chris, and then 2 other red saves to make it top.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Josh, I'm the same. I was never a fan of Anakin Padme token sharing. I think thematically it's pretty boring compared to... It's not how the characters are. Like, in my opinion, they should be in the thick of it, getting involved, swinging the lightsabers, but just sitting back, token sharing was always a really boring way to play him, in my personal opinion. So I'm glad that the new version of Clones is a lot more interactive and it's more aggressive, and it just seems a lot more fun to play and to play into. Whereas sitting back with Anakin with defensive stance, just aim and dodge, wasn't the most fun.
Oh, that was smart.
Yeah, they do have BX with red saves.
They do, yes, but it's not a red save army. You've still got a large majority of white saves.
The majority of it is white saves,
the snails and the B1s and... Yeah, that's quite an interesting move there.
Yeah, so because Anakin pop burst, he's only speed 1. He doesn't have force push, so he's... So Dave just working out that the 6 white dice get added to saber throw. So now Harrison can go with Anakin.
Is Vader still within scoring range there? He is, isn't
he? Yeah, he just measured to make sure he's in scoring range. Yeah, he's quite far out.
Quick question. Just to say, coming over. Rex?
It's a beast. Okay, so Harrison getting the 3 red, 6 white.
I didn't see anything at the roll then. What did you actually roll?
So he gets to make the cover roll. Loses 1, so 5 to defend. Oh, deflects 1 and only takes 1. That's pretty good for Dave. Good outcome there. So I think he's within Krennic's standby. That's the measure here to see if it triggers it. So, just outside of range 2, so not triggering the standby. Oh, you're not wrong. She definitely has a great place in just whipping that suppression off, but also the threat of secret mission is still pretty good. So Dave just moving some storms, whipping a wound off of Vader, and then shooting into Anakin. Both go through cover. Takes a wound. I think we're now going to see a peppering onto Vader here. See what we can. What can be forced through. I think red saves have an inbuilt advantage, at least early on. CAS might mitigate a bit with bodies. Rebels, I'm still not sure on their best list yet. Yeah, I completely agree, John. I think at the moment that's where they're at. Secret mission is hard to score for sure. Okay, so Dave pulling ahead on the pulling ahead on the objectives there at 5-4. So it's going to be an interesting play here. I can't work out if it's an implacable turn. But this is definitely not a done deal. I thought losing those dewbacks early was going to be changing it, but I think it's still going to be really close. It's definitely anybody's game right now. So Dave, I'm an R in between his cards. Harrison got his well ready. He knows exactly what he's playing. I'm pretty confident I know what you're playing. Yeah. No, I'm pretty confident you're playing what I think you're going to play. He thinks he's in Dave's head, but yeah, no. I think we all know what he's going to be playing here. Dave still unsure. I think he's going to be picking between the two Vader 1 pips. So let's just get confirmation. Okay, so Dave playing Vader's Might. Harrison playing This Is Where the Fun Begins. So for anyone who can't remember the new This Is Where the Fun Begins, I'm going to give you a little rundown. Anakin gains a free action of Jump 2. He can perform 2 actions during his activation. Absolutely beast. So Son of Skywalker plus a free move, basically. And that is incredible. And Vader's Might, the same as it always was, is still good. Okay, so Vader and Anakin both sitting on 3 wounds. Still some medic charges to spend. and Krennic is... Dave has currently got Krennic Vader scoring on the middle. I'm not sure he's bothered if Krennic dies. Dave wins the roll-off. And pulls a core trooper. They're going to heal Vader. No, they're not. They've already healed. You're not wrong, it is much better than Son of Skywalker. Plus his dice are better anyway. You can double charge because you can charge off with a free jump as well, which is amazing. So getting that extra movement is ridiculous. Oh, so 2 crits and a hit onto onto Anakin, sorry. Deflects a wound back onto the storms. And then moves into... this is some smart play here from Dave. He's moving a bubble of stormtroopers around Vader so that Anakin cannot move into melee. There's no force push on Harrison's Anakin. Naughty. Five squad activating. I think Harrison's going to try and whittle down some stormtrooper wounds here. I think Dave might try and take any available medics over and heal that back up. So yeah, 5's activating, 5's shooting some core. So 5's, I think it was 9 black dice. Absolute beast. So with the surge that he has, just 2 spend is 6. So 4 to go for cover, 5 to defend. Oh, loses 2 minis. Have you used all your medics, Dave? Yeah. Okay, so loses 2 storms. He still has a couple of medic charges left, but they're in the thick of the other fight, so I'm not sure he's going to have the speed to get in there. Another major head-scratching moment here. Still unsure of which ones he wants to pull, but all depends on what comes out the stack. If Krennic comes out, well, I suppose he has improvised orders. I mean, currently this could go either way. Dave has pulled ahead ever so slightly, being 5-4, whereas there's still secondaries to complete. I'm not sure that either of them are going to get the to take someone down from an enemy territory. I think that is out the window right now. Doesn't look like either player is going to get into the enemy zones. So Krennic deciding to be the sacrificial lamb, taking a dodge and then a move into melee. Now this is interesting because Harrison's going to have to either waste one of his one of his murderous swings into Krennic instead of into Vader. So Harrison activating his clone commandos. They have independent recover. They're going to move to touch the terrain. And then shooting into storms. With a crit and a hit, blocks one to save, takes a wound. Again, that stormtrooper being put in the tower because that medic's probably going to be bringing him back. Bring that dice tray back. There is now no units underneath it for the first time in the game. So we still have 47 minutes in the squad, on the timer. So we've still got plenty of time. We're in turn 4 of 5, so this is going to be a little bit sweaty. I don't think it will get to 12 victory points. Harrison just telling me that it's the sweatiest that he's been. I'm not surprised. This is some real high-level play. Give us a shout in chat who you think's going to win, if it's Harrison or Dave. I personally think it's still too close to tell. I think it depends on how the saber fight goes later on, but let us know in chat who you think is going to take this. So Dave getting a T21 shot ready. Shooting into the commandos. So we've been joined by Grand Fromage of the podcast, Cockles.
Bonjour.
Give us a rundown on how your day was going, Cockles, and then we'll tell you how this game's going.
It started by playing Chris Smith and his incredibly dodgy dice of cover saves. And then I played. Who did I play after? A guy, it was Nathan. Yeah, a guy called Nathan after, who did very well, and it swung on him killing a tank.
Sub Sweeby 8.
And then I just beat Axel.
Oh well, I remember Axel from Spain.
So 3-3.
3-3. That's not bad. Same as last year.
3-3 was the target.
With
it's
no
a
buy.
New set of rules. No buy. New set of rules and a new list.
Yeah.
Not tryharding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So what we've got going on here is pretty close. I'm not sure which way it's going to swing right now. We've got close the pocket, sweep and clear. Dave is currently on 5 VPs. Harrison currently on 4. We're in turn 4 with only 1 turn left. Anakin is on his double attack turn.
Yep.
And has Krennic in melee. Krennic moved into melee. Krennic just got charged by some clones and saved out. So he's forcing Anakin to have to spend one of his double attacks on Krennic, not on Vader, because there's no force push on Anakin.
That's not nice.
It's not nice, but that's smart play from Dave.
Yes,
Dave's played the one command card that he's there for. He's got compel, but he doesn't care. He's getting it. He's getting it in there. And then Dave is currently playing Vader's Might. He's within scoring or contesting of the POI in the middle.
Yep.
He's just playing the waiting game at the moment.
He scored me 4 bounties. If
it's here with me, I would have given him a fifth. It's alright, I'm glad I can help scoring 4 bounties. I'm glad I can help. Now you come away, you get to go back to Sweden with something memorable.
So Dave with a punch and a dodge from some storms.
Do we know? I haven't heard how
Losing a commando. Rough in melee.
Yeah.
But yeah, currently too close to say. Do you know how Matt Hassan's getting on?
I don't, but I can go and find
Yeah,
out.
if you can ask.
I will
Liam
be
is
a
asking, how's Matt doing? Is he still 3 on 5-0?
Let's have a look. I'll just check the list now, make sure things aren't there.
So, because Matt is the only one who's going to be potentially in the mix on that, because one of these two is going to be 5-1.
He's on table.
One will be 6-0.
20. Where is he? I'll go find out. I'll be roaming reporter.
Okay, so we're going to find out on the on our other 5-0 game. Another medic charge getting burnt from Dave. Just his unkillable stormtroopers, like the last scene of Ahsoka. He's taking an aim and a judo chop for 1 crit to defend. Oh, and the clones save out. This is becoming a real scrum in the middle here. You think Dave with an outside save? So Harrison trying to just double checking that he's not messed up some tokens here. Should that commando be face down? Just checking some line of sight. Taking an aim shot. Single man, 1 to cover, doesn't go, and then saves on the storm. So Cockles is back. Tell us how.
Matt is currently up 4-2.
4-2. Okay.
And I left the table as I can't remember the name of his opponent. He said, "I'm not sure how I'm going to win."
Wow. Okay.
Kenobi is the man.
Kenobi.
And depending on what happens here, Kenobi could be the superior Jedi.
He could be. It's very, very possible. Because this could easily. This isn't a clear-cut thing right now. It's still very much could go either way, because we know that in turn 5, Dave's going to play implacable.
Yeah.
I think Anakin doesn't live to see the end of the game. He's played all of Anakin's cards now. Anakin is currently stuck in melee with Krennic, so he has to waste one of his 2 attacks killing Krennic.
Force push him away.
He doesn't have force push.
Fool!
That's what I still think. Force push is one of the most valuable upgrades in the game. I think it's still very much worth it. He
could just withdraw.
He could, but then he can't attack. And this is his turn where he gets 2 attacks, so it's wasting the command card. So it's a really smart play from Dave.
Is there a way he can get something else in melee?
He tried that.
Punch that.
Punched him with some arcs. He took 3 wounds, so he's still alive, and there's now no space base to base with Krennic. So the only thing that Harrison can do is swing. He's not got the space to get anything else going. So it depends if Vader's mites him, pulls him into melee, tries to get the wound and then clobbers him. If it was me, I'd probably try and wait out Anakin having to go first.
Yep.
So move, shoot with some storms. 2 crits to defend. Taking a wound. Commandos don't need katana armor if they're taking 1 wound at a time.
Who have we had in the stream then, watching?
Oh, we've had quite a few people in the stream. We've given away some ComScan tokens. We've had our friend Michael Smith, everybody's favourite American.
I know, his second favourite now, isn't he?
His second favourite.
Because Austin exists, and he came on the show, and we saw Austin
True.
and Michael didn't
Well,
come out
we
for
might
the
need
social.
to get Mike on the pod. I feel like honorary Brit needs to come on the pod. I'd very much like him to come out to the UK for the next World Team Championships.
Yes, true.
There's definitely a beer with his name on it.
Cool. Hello, Liam, as well.
Yep, Liam won the order tokens from ComScan.
No, congratulations.
We've had John, who couldn't make it for day 2, but he had a great record yesterday, going 2-1.
Oh, Johnny Dunn.
Yep. We've had Rune in the chat. We've had Mike Barry in the chat.
Have we had Legion Mum in the chat?
We have not had Legion Mum in the chat, but we have had Austin in the chat.
Hey.
I'm not sure that Austin's still in the chat, but he certainly was earlier.
So, get this. There is a potential scenario where if Ollie loses, and when I went over to
I already know where this is going.
No, hold on. Where if Ollie loses,
Yeah.
he may be below me and Jack.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. If you beat Ollie in the standings, I will no longer refer to him as the world champion on a podcast. It will be stripped of the bragging rights
Will Jack be
every
able to?
episode.
What about Jack as well?
Yeah, I mean, Jack's already a great player, but he, Jack won LGT, so Jack is already well accomplished, whereas he likes to use you as the butt of the joke. So if you're higher than him, I'm not ever mentioning that he won.
No. It's
Yeah, we're gutted you couldn't make it too, Liam.
But the stat that I've had saw was I might, if it was MOV, I definitely would,
Yeah?
because my MO because I've scored so many more points.
But it's SOS.
It is.
But then I think knowing that will change, Ollie would look at whether it's MOV or SOS,
Yep.
and that would be how he chooses to play. He knows when it's MOV that he has to put his foot on the gas and, and not relent.
So a legitimate discussion is due to be had. Is if you have been stuck. This is anyone else. This is for anyone in general. If you've been running a list for so long, and you're used to it from previous rules, are you prejudicing yourself by thinking I should run the same list now, rather than doing what everyone else is doing
And trying some
and
random
doing
things.
something new? Particularly I mean, Dave is the exception to the rule here.
Well, Dave is quite often the exception to a lot of things.
But because he runs different lists all the time. So
Well, he likes the same centerpieces.
yes, this is true. So the discussion is sticking to your guns and running the same thing again and again and again and again hampering you in the new Legion format until everything is established as what is the best thing to do?
I think it probably is. I think that the best thing to do is to try new things. So things that were previously not good, quote unquote, like
shotguns in 5s.
Yeah, shotguns with 5s. Well, that wasn't even possible. I would say
it wasn't.
Ion Snow Troopers, they no longer tap. Pathfinders, they're really fun. But having Infiltrate, being able to take a shot, then move out of line of sight, really strong. I think there's a lot of things that are different. I think Commander Luke is well worth taking. At the very least, it's worth trying. Having, and shooting Luke's gun.
Yep.
Long shot, 3 dice, PS1.
Owen Wright's been having fun with that.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you when I've ever fired Luke's gun.
I was way in the early halcyon days of version 1.1.
Well, I think the only time I have recently is when you've done a Son of Skywalker, you kill what's in melee, you make the shot. Other than that, it's not done the done thing. But I think now there's a very real possibility that you do that.
Makes sense.
So it's funny as you get to these top tables. We've seen these players throughout the day. The laughter has has slowly decreased. They're still having a good time and still laughing, but it's a lot less than it was.
Do you know what? One of the most heartwarming scenes I saw earlier on was there's a young lad called Frank, or he's called Frenek. He's from Poland. He's 9 years old.
The guy just here, on
And
the
yeah,
table
he's just
opposite
over
us.
there, and the previous game I was playing, his dad was playing at the table next to me. He came over and he'd obviously just won, and it was like, yeah, and he lifted him up,
Hey.
big whole hug. Very heartwarming. And Frank is he's no slouch. Even though he's 9, he beat Oscar,
Nice.
as in world's Oscar,
Yep.
in round 1 in
As
Poland
in-
not too long ago.
Where did Oscar come in Worlds? It was
Uh,
top 4,
top
right?
4.
Yeah. Because he was playing Luke to get into the finals. So I think there's still a good discussion going on about who they know what's going on. I think the win condition here for Harrison is to get Vader off the table, and Dave knows that. It's they're tying up a lot of points. Currently, Dave is claiming a point. He's claiming the middle point as well. So Harrison has got to put his foot on the gas a little bit, and that's what's becoming more difficult. That move with Krennic is what's going to have shut down that play a little bit. I think the interesting thing as well is Vader's Might. I don't know if there's anything that's going to be in range for Vader's Might.
Not that I'm seeing very well, but yeah.
So where Vader is here, just above the middle POI by
Yep.
the Palpatine statue.
The Palpatine statue.
No, that is a Palpatine statue. Palpatine's on the other table.
Oh.
We did let Austin know that. But he could... I think the clones may be in range. I think you leave Anakin where he is. It's not enough dice to kill Anakin.
No.
I think you leave Anakin in melee with Krennic. I think Dave can weather the storm of one Anakin attack with Vader. And then you want to implacable for turn 5 and get a double attack off. But Vader has just gone in, force pushed Anakin out. Well, we know how Dave likes to play, and it's aggressive.
Be aggressive.
6 hits, we got it.
6 hits is what he wants. So Dave taking 1 wound on Vader from the mastery. He's done it. He's
That's a trick,
and
yeah.
they call it
There
there.
you go, done.
Yeah. So what it took was a move, a force push to get Anakin out. Swung 5 hits, and that's it. That is game.
Off to the Haslam table.
So we're going to send Cockles over to find out what's going on with Hassan, but that is a fantastic game from both players there. They're just scoring up the table here. Don't forget your secondary, Dave.
Yeah, you're massively overcommitted over there.
Okay, so Cockles just coming back, and Matt Haslam has won. So we have 2 6-0 players right now.
I think I asked them, said, does that mean you're playing Shadow Round? And I think that those who are undefeated have said that they didn't want a Shadow Round.
I can see that. It's been a long weekend, and I think going for the SOS is fine. Like personally, if I played, I would be pretty happy not having the Shadow Round. But
It's a shame for Matt because he got paired down.
he did, and you know what? I think it would have been a hard-fought game regardless of who he played, because Matt is a great player, as is Harrison, as is Dave.
It probably won't be given that way. If it's me, I'm saying it's a joint first. But I understand.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because I think based on the SOS, I certainly wouldn't describe what Matt's had as an easy ride. But you might have the argument of an easier ride with the pair down, which I'm not sure it's completely fair to say. But statistically.
I think when you get paired down,
It messes with you.
That's not your fault, if that makes sense.
Completely agree.
But it's looking, I don't know what the points were, but on Dave's. Matt Haslam has scored points destroyed, 4,219. Dave only 2,176.
Wow. so Matt has played aggressive.
The VPs, they're not submitted yet, but
So Dave will win on VPs.
Matt will win over VPs for some context.
Well, no, Dave would win on VPs. He's currently on 60 to 59, so he would win on VPs.
Yeah, no, sorry, so he'll win that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. That has no.
And
bearing
then,
on it.
but then if you look at SOS,
that's
the SOS is massively different.
Well, that will not. That will change soon because of all this stuff.
Yeah, agreed.
Just gonna scroll down.
So
down.
let's talk players of note. Where has Ollie come in this round? There he is. A 3-2 currently. He's still playing.
Should I go find out?
I'll tell you what. I'm going to go find out
All right.
because I've not really left the table.
Okay. I'm nicking your chair because. Yeah. I'll do that. In a minute, I'll get Dave over. We'll have a little chat and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it looks like we have Dave. It looks like Dave's the winner of Mkgt. It's unlikely that Matt will have anything to say on that sort of stuff. Dave, give him a chat. Foot stream.
Yeah, sure, mate.
Come and sit down, son.
I'm so sweaty. I'm gonna get some.
Your
water.
size weight. I think we all are.
I'm not sure I can speak.
It's fine. Hello, welcome to the stream. Congratulations on the game and probably what it looks like to win the tournament. I think you and Matt said, or you said.
If Matt wins, it's SOS.
He did.
Matt won.
Matt won.
So it's SOS.
Yeah.
Whatever.
His SOS is 1.78. Yours is 2.2.
Yeah, I mean, Andy said they might do a shadow 7th round, but not a chance.
Yeah. Given as a man who is giving Matt a left home, that's cool. I can do it. I'm good with that. Right. Go for this game first. What swung it and how?
The distraction dewbacks. The distraction dewbacks were 2 over that side. He overcommitted on that side, but he needed to because if it was the dewbacks and Vader, and he didn't put enough there, he was in trouble. So he overcommitted on that side, and it meant he's basically split his army in 2, including Anakin on the far side. And so a lot of the stuff, it ended up like turn 3 and 4, he was double moving. Not really doing much with half his army. So I was able to kind of overpower him on the side closest to us with all the storms. Vader went into the middle and did Vader things.
That makes sense.
Obviously, bit of shenanigans, basing Anakin didn't have push, so basing him is really clutch. Surrounding Vader with my 4 guys, so it was resorting to saber throwing Vader rather than just throwing 12 dice at him.
Oh, he's got saber throw on Anakin.
Yeah.
That's
and his 2-pip, he gets the 6 white dice, which you didn't realise. So he throws 9 dice on his saber throw with it.
Oh Christ alive! Yeah, no, he does.
I did not realise that. That's nice. Yeah, so saber throw is really good for tempted because the tempted doesn't trigger his charge.
No.
Because it's a move, not a move action.
Yep.
So saber throw on Anakin's really good for tempted. It's a cheap version. Push is better.
Yeah.
But it's 35 points extra. So
Yeah.
you've got to find the 35 points.
That makes sense.
I would take push on him. Just push is 40 points. It's still game winning.
I mean, push got helped me out with Yoda stuff over there, so that's all good.
It's what you do with those 35 points, isn't it? It's you know. I agree. 2 medics are really strong, so it's I on Vader I would 100% take push. Anakin less so.
Don't do it to yourself.
It's too easy to base Anakin and make him not do what he wants to be doing.
I think. Well, I've not
But he's going to kill stuff. But
I've had the issue until this game, not having push actually.
you need to
It
play
might
better
just be
people.
Yeah, so just in case you didn't know, as Harrison just saying, he hasn't had the issue of not having push until this game. Right, so you played obviously 6 games over the weekend.
Yeah.
Memorable game?
All of them, mate. It's a hell of a run. Tom Curtis game 1 with his 3 Sith. Into Jack Prouting.
Yeah.
Into Lila.
Yeah.
Into Lee Macken.
I mean, that's a lineup and a half. That is.
Into Chris Reese.
Yeah,
with
okay.
his nasty snail tanks.
Yeah, that's a lineup and a half. That
The
is.
sweatiest game was Chris Reese's overall.
Yep.
That was the one that really went down to like right at the end of turn 6. Those snail tanks double scoring is ridiculous.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah,
So obviously now 6 games with new rules in.
I'm 7 in total. I played one against Nav.
There you go. So what's your thoughts overall now you've had a chance for it to all bed in?
I enjoy it. I think if people play the same list a lot of games, the missions will get samey.
Yep.
So they're going to need to release mission packs in a year or two.
Yeah.
They'll need to do it, otherwise the game will get stale. Overall, I was talking to the guys, I think it's more strategic, less tactical.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is tactics are about the rules, the situation, the mechanics of the situation you're in, and how can you use those mechanics to your advantage. It's not like in business. How can you use those mechanics, those situations to your advantage. Your strategy is overall, what are you trying to do?
Yep.
And it's much more about getting your pieces in the right place, having the right amount of threat in each part of the board that's appropriate, and obviously doing the opposite to your opponent. And so the missions are more strategic. They're less tactical, I think. The game's less tactical. There's less nuance in the mechanics with some of the cover stuff and some of the other things. So that's my overall...
Yep.
Like, all these very precise. He's like, I want to know I'm removing 2 for cover,
Yep.
which is a tactical thing he's frustrated with.
Yep.
The strategy's still the same. And I was talking to him about his list. The problem is his list now, his strategy's no good because everything's range 2.
Yep.
And you need something to stay at the back. So he's having to put Black Suns on a back point,
Yeah,
which
so he's
just
losing
doesn't
out
work.
stuff.
So he's I think he might try switching up 4 Black Suns, 2 Pikes.
Yep.
And so your Pikes stay on the back point and hold that while your Suns crush them up front.
So Tom and I asked Tom a question and just said, is why we've had a new version come out, therefore new ways of list building.
Yeah.
If you've been running, or he has been running the same list repeatedly for a long period of time, do you think that's hampering him into being creative, into new ideas?
Also, the way Ollie plays, the way Ollie's so good is he builds incredible muscle memory with his list.
Yep.
And the problem is that muscle memory's got to change. So everything his muscle memory is telling him to do is wrong.
Everything.
Which is why he struggled today. He's still a great player and he will work it out, but it'll take him a bit more time. Whereas I played MCP.
Yep.
And the mindset of MCP, the way the missions work, keeping really close eye on the victory points and knowing how many points I can score in any given turn.
Yep.
And how to build, especially on things like bunker assault,
Yeah.
where it's like an 8-point swinger or something. It's really, and also knowing you can't overcommit on a single point because you'll just lose.
Yep.
So that helped me a lot. So I've only had 7 games, but the change is better for me because I'm not a muscle memory player.
Same. No, I get,
I don't play enough, and I honestly, when I've got to the point where I'm doing muscle memory, I get bored and just do stuff because I'm bored.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I'm actually better having 1 or 2 games with a list and then playing it, which is kind of what I did.
So that's why I don't have enough time to practice games.
Yeah, so muscle memory, it means it means you make some mistakes in the games. You don't have the muscle memory,
but you remember.
But you're more flexible.
Yeah.
Yes, I probably make more mistakes than Ollie, but I'm more flexible in my thinking. So when the weird situations come up, and I like creating weird situations because that helps me because I'm not a muscle memory player.
That makes sense. How's Ashley doing?
Fine. I haven't seen last game. I've
down over there,
really sweaty. She was. I lost track of her. She was 2-2. I lost track of the last 2 games, to be honest. Best moment of the weekend actually was 40 people singing Azha's Mum Has Got It Going On at the karaoke.
That was entertaining.
And then the video went to my wife, and it was Azha's mum. She loved it. It's very funny.
You'll have a nice time when you get home. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of anything else really. Have you seen some interesting lists and you think, I want to try that?
Oh, I want to try lots. I always want to try lots of things. I don't have time, but Vader's my boy, and Commander Vader is my boy.
Yep.
Still.
You hear that? You hear that, people? Commander Vader.
Commander Vader's still awesome. Always has been. Always will be. So, I really want to run Yoda Anakin. The offense is unbelievable. No defense at all.
I haven't played Yoda. Yeah.
It's Yoda Anakin, full 5s, and a full arc squad.
Yep.
You put Anakin in the middle, prepared positions. Relentless 5s and a full arc squad.
Yep.
Turn 1, scout them all in, and just shred stuff turn 1.
Oh yeah. So I've been doing that. So I ran Yoda tank. So I've been like Yoda. There's Relentless, stuck in a shotgun 5 squad. They mince. They are good.
No defense, but the offense is really powerful. So I want to try that. It looks fun. It looks like my kind of list. Vader Immortal is still an incredible list.
And that was.
It's so good at removing variance.
Yep.
Because it's almost impossible for it to spike and wipe a unit. Then all the med bots and things like that. Yeah, they are.
He just said that right at the start. That's what he said.
Generally, I'll die by turn 2, and that's fine. They're not shooting Vader, they're not shooting the storms, and I'm in position. If I'm lucky, I'll get a couple of flamer shots before they die. Some guys, they survive because they survive. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, the two on the far side was to make him to commit a lot to the far side.
I want to mute it. Tactical mute coming up. Cool. Right. Well, that was tactical mute to find out what was going on. Any final thoughts, Dave?
No, I'm thirsty. Amazing event as always. And Louisa did a fantastic job.
Yep, 100%.
Appreciate the stream.
Oh, and, here he comes. We're looking for a hug.
Commander Vader rules, so you all suck. Anyone thinks Operative Vader is the best is wrong.
It's all good. Oh, hold on.
Obviously, because it's triple schedule, there's 2 of you, 6 now.
Yeah.
Is this your first major you've won? I was trying to figure this out. I know you've probably won like a 2-dayer at Sanctuary or Element or something, haven't you? Or...
It could be, I don't know.
You've always been top 8 at London.
Yeah, I've been top 8 a lot. I've been top 3 a lot of times. I can't remember if I won or not, honestly.
I think it might be.
Doesn't matter.
Means you'll be on the bounty board next year.
Hey! Lovely. Well, on that note, we will end the stream. Say goodbye, Dave.
See you, chaps.
Congratulations. Cheerio, everybody.
Bye.
Lovely. Cheers, mate.